Hey everybody, I hope you're having an amazing night. Hey, we're gonna dive in and talk about carbs. The conversation is all around carbs. How do I track them? How many should I eat? Why can this person eat more than I can eat? What are net carbs? What are total carbs? How do I find out about the carbs? And so that is the conversation of the evening. Carbs. As you're tuning in, where are you tuning in from? I'm curious. I would love to know. Do you track your food? Post below. Do you track it on a specific tracker, MyFitnessPal, a carb counter? Do you count in your head? Are you lazy keto? Are you strict keto? And do you do net carbs or total carbs? So those are a couple things to share as you're popping on so that other people can see. We say sharing is caring. And press the share button below because you're not the only person that has this question by any means. This is like a topic of conversation daily, is let's talk about carbs. So as you're tuning in, are you lazy keto? Are you strict keto? My name is Stephanie, by the way. If you're brand new, welcome to the Keto Mom page. You're going to hear my kids going in and out. We are currently in Kentucky. We actually leave. Hello. We are leaving. My hair is wet. I took a really late shower, so I was trying to look present. So welcome. So here on the Keto Mom page, we are here to share tips and tricks and what our family has done and all of the things that we do throughout our day. So you will find us here on Facebook. You will find us on Instagram. It's also Keto Mom Secrets. It's all one word on Instagram. And so over there, you'll see more things in our stories. We homeschool. We have 4 daughters. You'll hear them coming in and out of the door because they're outside in the dark playing volleyball. And we homeschool so they can stay up a little bit later. So anyways, the conversation tonight is about carbs also. And I am going to be talking about food. So for those of you who are rebooting, how many of you are doing the 60-hour keto reboot? Give me a purple heart. Purple hearts below. So this is what we're doing right now. There are thousands of us going through the reboot. And so we aren't eating for 60 hours. We're almost done with our first full day. Tomorrow is the last full day. So we're resetting our metabolism. There's so many benefits to this. I'll talk about this more at the end of the reboot. But for those of you who are rebooting, post a purple heart. Maybe don't watch it, come back to this. Or just know that you are on your way to crazy ketogenesis, which is seriously fat burning mode. We talk about this ketogenesis word. It's like fat burning. So there's a lot of people doing a reboot and feeling amazing. And so make sure you tune into our reboot page because we've got a whole bunch of information there for you. So that's what we're doing. If you want to do this, you can join us next month or let's just chat about your goals. So who's lazy keto? Who's strict keto? Who needs to learn to count carbs? What in the world does this mean? What are total carbs? And how does this work? So I want to give you a couple ideas of just the carbs, right? So when we first dove into this lifestyle, I would take something and let's say, for example, I looked at this peanut butter, right? And I would look at this and you could look at the back of this nut butter. So it's not opened yet. You can see the oil on the top, right? But I would look at this and I would go, okay, so if you flip it over, here's your first tip. So write this down if you're taking notes. The tip is to flip. I look at the back of everything when I'm looking at the store. And so it says, I always go directly to the carbs first. If your goal is a strict keto diet, like I'm going to track everything, I'm going to have my body make my own ketones, I don't want to do just low carb, like I really want to do the ketogenic diet, you're going to have to be approximately under 20 carbs a day. Now, some of you might do net carbs, some of you might do total carbs. What that means is this. Total carbs is you would look at this and it says 8 carbs, okay? Now, for those of you who are doing total carbs, you would take this, the serving size is 2 tablespoons. So if you had 2 tablespoons for a snack, you had 8 carbs. You could track it in your tracker, or you could just mentally log that and go, well, I've had 8 carbs today, okay? We're not even talking about fat, and we're not talking about protein yet. So when you're doing a certain lifestyle, you're tracking your macros, fats, proteins, and carbs, right? So those make up the foods that you eat. Your body runs off of all of it, preferably ketones. What's your question?
I'm really hitting the ball.
Amelia hit you with the ball? Okay, I'll be on in just a second. Mom life. Right? So just tell her not to hit you with the ball.
Okay.
Anymore. Okay. So you would have 8 carbs of your 20 carbs. So like we know peanut butter, almond butter, nut butters are great. They're high in total carbs. If you're like, no, I'm counting net carbs. So I feel great. I feel like my body responds to different things. Some of you might be going, if I eat anything, I hold it, I retain it, I gain, I feel it. You might have to stick to total carbs for a while. If you're like, no, I've done this for a while, it's a great lifestyle, like I feel amazing, I'm going to do a lifestyle process, like where I'm not going to get super strict, but I'm going to count net carbs, I'm going to make sure I'm maybe under 20 carbs a day, or if I'm low carb, I'm going to do 50 carbs or under, and you're going to log it. You're going to look at the total carbs. It says 8. Can you see that? It says 8 carbs. Now, if you're doing net carbs, you can look at this and it says dietary fiber, 3. So I can take the total 8, subtract 3, and I have 5. And you can look at this and it says erythritol, 3. I can actually subtract erythritol. So I can subtract fiber and sugar alcohol. So I can actually subtract 3 and get me down to 2. This is a 2 net carb 2 tablespoon treat. If you were to put this on like some celery or with a spoon, or maybe you put it on like a cloud bread, or you just ate it with a spoon because it's really good. I don't know where to get this. My husband got it probably on Amazon. So I don't have a link. It's great. So 2 net carbs. So carbs are going, everybody needs a little bit of carbs. Everybody's body runs off of glucose, but your body prefers to run off of ketones and some glucose. So it just depends. So what I want you to understand is this. Don't get frustrated, right? Especially if you're going to do this long term. This is not a 2-week make it or break it. This is not going to be, hey, I'm going to give this 30 days, and if it doesn't work, I'm going to go find something else. Like if you're here, like stick to it. This is a what works for you might not work for me, but it's going to be similar, and you've got to tweak it to what fits your body. So my husband has to be a lot more strict than I have to be. He can feel it. You can see it on him. His body reacts crazy to food. That's why he sticks to mostly meat. And in the beginning, when we started this lifestyle, when we started this lifestyle, I was like, fat bombs, give me all the heavy cream, give me all the whipped cream. I'm going to drink that heavy cream. You guys, since I've started eating this lifestyle or keto way of eating, about 1.5 years into it, I don't eliminate all dairy, but I don't drink dairy, meaning I don't drink heavy creams. I don't use a lot of cream cheese unless it's in like a dip that we're making, because I can feel it. And that's one thing I talk to a lot of women about, is if they're going, I've reached a plateau, I'm not feeling the same way I did, or I'm not sure what to do to take it to the next level. My biggest question is, how much dairy are you eating? Because dairy is heavy. And while it's considered a keto food, it might keep you at a certain place. So is this making sense so far? The total carbs versus, I'll give you another example. So that was just the nut butter example. So I'll give you an example for nuts, right? So this is a great snack. I love macadamia nuts. You can overdo nuts immensely. So I tell people, here's a really quick tip for you. Most of the time I find this works for all of them. Whatever bag you have, either portion size anything that you get from the store in little Ziploc snack bags. So portion size them, so you grab one of them. That's your tip, right? And so when you're hungry and you want a snack, you grab one. Or what we found is we keep Dixie cups in our cupboard, and a Dixie cup serving size of nuts. This is usually like what a serving size is. Whether it's pistachios. Did I say that right? We like pistachios, nuts, right? Or we've got mixed nuts or these. This is a great little tool. We actually keep a whole bucket of mixed nuts in our car for when our kids might get hungry after church or when we're in between meals. And I keep these in the car. I know, weird, but it works. So if you look at the back of this, it says 1 ounce is a serving size, total of 4 grams. But again, that's 4 total. So if you're counting total, like if you know your body and you know you look at that bread and you're gaining weight, I hear people say that often, so I don't know, but I've heard that saying. Anybody feel like that? So if you do not feel like that's you, you can go dietary fiber 2. I'm going to subtract it, so it's got 2 net carbs. Okay, so what you're going to do is, the tip is to flip it over, and you're going to figure out what your goals are. Number 1, are you going to be under 20 carbs a day? Are you going to be like a lifestyle approach, 60 to 50 carbs and under a day? Are you going to track your food? Are you going to mentally log it? Where are you at? What do you do? If you use a tracker, what tracker do you use? We used MyFitnessPal for a really long time in the very beginning, just because it mentally, I don't track my food anymore, but I know after tracking it for a while, like, oh, I can eat that. I get to eat that. I shouldn't choose that. I'm going to feel like garbage if I eat that. I'm going to choose this, right? Not, I can't eat that, but I'm going to choose better. And so same thing with these Duke's beef sticks. So total carbs, one, less than 1 it says. That one was a not great example. I'll give you an example for these. My kids eat these Mission, so my kids are not strict keto. We do low carb or we just choose better options, right? I'll do your hair in just a second. Okay, I'll do it in a second. So like if they have tacos or sometimes they just want like a little snack and we'll put peanut butter or some cheese in here or like a little sandwich. So if you look at it, two of these tortillas, 2 of them, it says 20 total carbs. So if you're strict keto, you're not going to be eating these Mission tortillas. If you're low carb lifestyle, I'm choosing better, swap this for that. Remember, everybody's on their own journey. Take off your black robe because you are not the judge of anybody else's journey but yourself. So if you look at it, there's 17 grams of fiber. So there's 3 net carbs, 0 sugar. 3 net carbs, they're not gluten-free. 3 net carbs in 2 of these. So it's a better option versus if like, so this is what I tell people because I know there are some people out there that are keto Nazis. I know that, and that's okay. I think that everybody's on their own journey. But what I want you to understand is this. When somebody gets criticized for eating something like this because maybe it's got 3 carbs or it's got some gluten in it, or maybe they chose to eat some nut butter, but you don't believe people should eat nut butter, or maybe you don't believe people should eat dairy, well, think about the other alternative. Because if you're not doing this, and all I love to do, I love to look at the keto, low carb lifestyle, and I like to look at it as more of like, this is the way that we should be eating. We should be eating, if you can handle, eggs and meats and salad and vegetables and a little bit of dairy, like not living off of dairy. It should not be your everyday snack. Do you just want me to do your hair?
No, I just want it in a high double like to
Oh, okay. So, but what I want you to know is this. You're not meant to criticize this, and everybody's different. So if I tell a mom who's as busy as I am, right, and she's at home and she's doing the best that she can, and she says, oh, I found those Mission tortillas and I'm going to eat that with, some mayonnaise and some meat. And if I were to go, that's not keto. Do you know how much that's going to diminish her? If somebody would have said that to me years ago, I would have been done. I would have been like, you know what? Screw that. Like, if I can't have somebody support me where I'm at, then I'm just not going to do it. I'm going to go grab that Domino's pizza and I'm going to go eat whatever I want because that's what most people, it's as tight as it can get. You're fine. Go play. You're going to come inside. That's what most people need is support. They need your guidance. A lot of you on here have been doing this lifestyle for months or years, or maybe you haven't even told anybody, but it's time that you tell somebody, right? It's time that you help that person at the office or your neighbor or your sister or your mom to go, hey, I've been doing this for a while. It's not perfect, but let me give you some tips or tricks. And not for you to go, oh, I'm sorry, that's not keto. I can't do that. Or the question is, hey, I go to a birthday party or a friend's house or holidays. Like a lot of you looked at I shared our menu for the week, and we are leaving tomorrow. We're traveling, so we will have travel food, right? I'm rebooting, but the kids will. So they take the buns off the burgers, the croutons off the salad. I'll grab a lettuce wrap. We always pack nuts and things for the kids to snack on in the airplane. But we're going to have Christmas. We actually are celebrating Christmas in February with the side of the family that couldn't do it. We're going to be having taco bars and meats and cheeses. So like when I said Christmas, I meant like we're actually celebrating Christmas in February. And then it's my grandparents' 60th wedding anniversary. I have no control over what's there for the meal, but we're going to be with a whole lot of people, hundreds of people for the entire day. So let's just say at this 60th wedding anniversary, they chose to serve lasagna, right? They probably have a salad. You've got one of 2 options. You can choose just the salad, probably some vegetables, maybe some fruit. If they have some berries, maybe you brought your own little snacks. I would choose water. What my husband would do is he would take the noodles, he would scrape off the sauce and the meat. He wouldn't get in his head about going, where did the sauce come from? What kind of meat is this? Is it the best? You do the best that you can, right? And that's what I find most people are doing, and that's the journey they're on. They don't need to go, oh my goodness, I overate my carbs and I can't figure this exact out. But if we can just give people the tools to go, hey, this is 3 net carbs. If your goal is to eat better, swap the bread for the low carb wraps, right? Swap the sugar, swap your cookies and your Debbie snacks for a spoonful of nut butter. That's a great little snack that will curb your craving, right? Here, have some Duke's beef sticks for a snack. Hey, These are a great little thing to curb your appetite in between meals at the office. Keep them in your office drawer, bagged up separately. That's a tip for you, and it will help you on your journey. Hey, grab your water bottle and always have it with you. I was looking for a water bottle. So here's what I need you to understand. Carbs are, you can look at them. They're a tool to go, hey, guess what? Your body does need some carbs. If you're an athlete, you're going to find athletes eat more carbs than somebody else, or more protein. Again, everybody's different. So just know this, the tip is to flip, right? You know your body best. You know that if you eat something and you bloat up and you don't feel good, you might have to stick to total carbs. Nobody can tell you that. Or you know that you might be like myself, and I would say I am blessed with a pretty high metabolism, and I can actually get away with eating a little bit more. And so if I really want to be a little bit lean, I would cut back, and I know that. I would cut back on some dairy, and I know that. And so just know the tip is to flip, right? You can subtract dietary fiber, and you can subtract sugar, alcohol if you choose to. And the last thing I would just say is this. Just don't get overwhelmed, but don't get frustrated if you're not seeing the scale move, because it's about inches lost, clothes fitting differently. If you get to the end of 30 days and you're feeling better, but you don't see the scale move, it will move. Think about all of the good choices that you made, and then think about if you would not have done that. What would you have eaten for the last 30 days? Or let's say you give up in 30 days. What are you going to do? I mean, are you going to go vegan? Are you going to start, I look at this as it's either this or crap. I shouldn't have said that. It's either this or junk food. I'm either going to eat this way, or I'm going to eat the buns on my burger. I'm going to eat the pizza. I'm going to eat the Debbie snacks. I'm going to eat the mac and cheese. It's that or that. What are you going to do? I mean, this isn't bacon and butter. This diet is not for you to go heavy creams, fat bombs, bacon and butter. This is about eating great vegetables, salads, good meats, some dairy. You can have some fat bombs to curb your cravings. But this is about eating some good solid food, right? It's kind of either or. And if you give up in 30 days because the scale didn't move, what do you think is going to happen over the next 30 days when you give up over here, but you don't have a goal over here? I mean, I'm going to give you a guess. So anyways, I wasn't trying to be sarcastic. I hope that was helpful. So don't get frustrated. You can always reach out and ask me questions. Please private message me. I will give you, just continue to watch the page. So right now, again, we're rebooting. If you want to join us on the reboot, you can join us in March. Post reboot below and you and I will chat, but we're doing this We're doing this right now. And so all it is not eating for 60 hours. Can you do that? Of course you can. Or you can join the challenge. Actually, I have most people start in the 10-day challenge. If you just need something to get your head above the water, we're going to work on intermittent fasting, low carb meals. I will give you some food options, and all you're going to do is join me on the 10-day challenge, which a lot of you already are, and it just involves drinking ketones. So if you want the challenge, post challenge below. If you want a foods list, message me. If you have questions, message me. Tune in here for accountability and just anything else that you need. Share the video below, because sharing is caring, and I promise you'll find some other people in your local area that are on the same journey as you that you can help with accountability. Because I will tell you this, besides having your own why, besides having your own, this is what I'm doing, this is why I'm doing it, if you can have one person that you're texting, one person that lives close to you, one person to help hold you accountable, besides this page, because we want this to be that for you, to check in. But if you can have somebody that's let's see who's on here. Hey, Jill, how's your day going? Hey, how's your lunch? Don't give in to that donut at the office, or somebody at your office. Maybe you're going hey, I saw there was something in the employee lounge. Don't go in there, right? We both can stay strong. If you have an accountability partner, and you might have to go look for that person, it might not be somebody in your home. It might not be your best friend, but I bet you could find somebody. You could ask on social media, or ask your sister, or say, hey, every single day, I'm going to set an alarm clock. I'm going to text you morning, afternoon, night. How was your day? How was your water intake? My accountability is my husband. My accountability is my sister. You're fine, girls. Or my friend, right? I've got tons of people around us that we're doing the same thing just because this is the space that I'm in. And so it is helpful, and it holds you accountable. So I would say find yourself an accountability partner. tune into the page. Let us assist you and give you tips and tricks. Thanks for taking the garbage out. We've got something super cool that we're doing with our kids. Complete side note. It's the coolest thing I've ever found to get our kids to do like their homework or their schoolwork, all the chores around the house. I'll share it with you. I share a lot more on Insta. I share like everything on here is keto, low carb food recipes. If you go follow me on Instagram, Keto Mom Secrets, there's a lot more of like life and homeschool and things over there. And then very soon, whenever I get up the gumption to start, I'll be sharing more on something else that I'm super passionate about. It really is around our kids. It's probably going to be in my personal page. I don't want to bombard this page has nothing to do with ketones, but we're going to dive into, my husband and I used to do Marriage Tip Monday videos. So we're going to be diving into Marriage Tip Monday videos because we're super passionate about helping marriages. I'm really, really passionate about raising daughters. We've got 4 daughters. And so I'm starting something called Who Is She Becoming? It's been near and dear to my heart for years. And it's like this lingering, like, do it. Why are you not doing it? And so I'm probably going to be doing that on my personal page. So you can check that out, or on Instagram. It's called Who Is She Becoming? And so there's lots of things that we're going to be starting up along with coaching you and supporting this community. So we appreciate you all. Thank you for tuning in. Press the share button below. Have a wonderful night. And then if you have any tips or tricks that you do that help you on this journey, that maybe give you an idea of better carbs or whatever it is, share below so other people can scroll through and see what you're up to. So have a great night, and we'll talk to you soon.